So I kind of actually want to get straight into this topic, especially, you know, no jokes, no fucking little intro like that, because this is something I was debating and talking about for a while, and, well, ever since the whole little debates that's been going on Twitter and all that, I thought I'd finally give my whole 2 cents on this opinion. So if people don't know, this was about the anime news article that they put out, which was called Whatever Happened to Bleach. And this was something that kind of ruffled the feathers of my fellow friend reviewers and a couple of people, because the guy was saying in there, which, mind you, I'm going to say this right now, I agree with some of the points in the article, and I feel like I'm the more, I wouldn't say perfect person, but I feel like I have the less non-biased opinion on Bleach, especially since I'm the one that has the most issues out of my like group of friends and stuff. So like, the guy was saying, you know, he only just gave like he was just talking about, you know, oh yeah, like Bleach was this really big thing and online debates about One Piece and Naruto and all that, and he's just, all the entire article was, like, throughout the entire thing was him, I wouldn't even say, bashing was one word, just completely just tearing it a new one, calling it like a bad series and saying like, a lot of things that wasn't even true, and saying like, oh, Bleach is just like, it's nothing anymore even in sales and stuff, and it was just like, and just the way how it was like handled on Twitter when I tried to mediate it and tried to be like kind of a neutral party was absolutely disgusting. So the article was pretty much talking about throughout the entire series of like saying like, kind of gave like a real just quick recap on it. So the most part of it was just like saying, oh, the manga sales have dwindled, the anime was cancelled several years ago, which by the way, that the anime wasn't cancelled, it just fucking ended, and it's like, it's still debated, and you know, many former fans have just flat out given up on that, and he's like, oh, why does this happen? He's saying like, well, mainly because the whole letdown of Aizen, which is like saying like Aizen was a bad villain overall. I'm like he just started not using plans and like started like, oh my god, I'm just gonna use raw strength. So like throughout the entire of the Aranka, so you're telling me that when he manipulated Momo, got Hitsuga to go mad so he could predict him a lot more? Yeah, that's not bad. Not to mention like everything pretty much after the Aranka saga was just a cookie cut, like cutter of the actual whole stuff. It's like, yeah, and there wasn't anything good after that. Last time I checked, Ichigo versus Ulquiorra, Ichigo versus Grimjow, yeah, those were pretty goddamn interesting. Like, this is the thing, I really don't like the whole 1v1 and the Aranka saga. The second half could have had a lot of, like, you know, there were some issues with it as well. Like, there was a lot of like, characters that did not need their time to shine, like the lieutenants and stuff like that. Ichigo could have developed more as a character out the series, could have had like more development, and then he started blaming the anime. Like, he started like, oh yeah, like the guys, like, by the way, this article, he's seen all the anime, he's currently up to date with the manga as well, and I'm thinking here, it's like, why are you doing this article, and you know you don't like Bleach, you read it all and all that. It's like, that's just like, oh, that's like me saying I'm gonna do an entire like video to slaughter Toriko in my own opinion like that, and I don't even like Toriko. That, like, why would I do that if I'm gonna come into a video like that negative just to say, oh yeah, fuck this series? Why? Because I read it all and watched all the episodes. Like, I'm not gonna do that. That's something I don't dislike or I'm not interested in. That's just like, that's bad. And not to mention as well, like, when I actually asked, like, you know, questions, like, a bunch of my friends were actually said, like, saying, some of them a bit aggressive, I've got to admit that, and some of them were, like, you know, saying, like, oh, hey, why are you doing this article? Like, contacted one of the people that actually is a part of the site, Jesu Otaku, and her response to it, and when I tried to respond saying, you know, hey, mate, it's okay to, like, you know, hear other people's opinions and stuff, like, I'll link you the actual thing I got, and the response that I got was I got blocked because and that's the thing, I didn't, like, swear, I didn't go anything out, I didn't go crazy or anything like that. The whole thing was like block, and then has the nerd saying like, all these Bleach fans are going crazy and stuff like that, and like trying to think like we're like going out like savages. I'm like, what? Like that, like honestly, like this is one of the most biased opinions I've seen from like this opinion. And that's the thing, like the whole point of an article and the whole point of saying right at the end of the series and all that, it's like, what did you guys think of Bleach evolution or de-evolution? And then just saying, no, fuck yourself. And then also as well going in your forum section, and funny enough, there's only negative like things on Bleach and all that. Funny how there isn't any like positive ones on there because they're being fully fucking taken down. That's absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, you don't give the people a chance like to have their like an equal like discussion on the end talking about that. No, that's just coming off as a snob, like in the whole like that's just disgusting on Twitter. Like, yeah, oh yeah, like you're gonna just like block me without having a different opinion. Like, that's okay, I have different opinions of friends. One of my friends is James Hansen, one of the biggest fucking Bleach people I know, and we have like, our arguments could go on for hours against certain topics. And do you know what we do? We have normal constructive criticism, like, arguments. Well, sometimes, yeah, I guess we do go a little bit crazy. But the whole thing is just saying, like, everything about, like, the Aizen Wars pretty much was bad. Like, the only thing I have issue with mainly is, like, apart from the whole, like, kind of Orihime, like, character development throughout it, is Ichigo's fight really honestly should have been like longer. It was like a big impactful thing, and you know, a lot of people did stay on just to see that for that. And the Fullbring, we can go on with that, I'm gonna leave that. But then saying like nothing of good has really happened in like the 1,000-Year Blood War. Last time I checked, there were skeleton wars and, you know, Yamamoto versus your watch and like that. That's the thing, he wasn't, throughout the entire article, wasn't giving anyone like any credit to the series at all, and just saying like it was gradually coming to close, and it's like, oh, it's like this life-threatening arc, like people getting killed off, and it's like, yeah, it was game-changing. It's like, and he had uninteresting heroes crippled in art, and it's like truly suffering from the most lack of compelling villains. Like, which, that's the thing. Like, the first half, the villains were interesting. The second half, villains are not interesting. Like, apart from your watch and Harshwell, like, those are guys that are, like, interesting and, like, eyes into the debate as well. Like, that's the thing, I don't hate the article as much as some people do. Like, there are some stuff in there that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be here going, oh my god, fuck this article, it's a piece of shit. No, there's some stuff in there, but especially for someone who was like the editor on there that actually put her, who has had a biased opinion, may I remind you, and then her response is that of the childish, saying like, oh dear, someone has a different opinion than me, I'm going to block them. It's like, I'm sorry, but like that's very childish, Yasu Otaku. Like, I mean, I know you're one of the people that put that article up there, but that is incredibly childish, and maybe, you know, next time you might need to learn how to take criticism in an actual video where you say, what do you guys think of this? Actually credit the guy that does the article a little bit more, saying like he hasn't actually responded to it, and it's like, even still, I believe his name was like Nick Freeman and all that, and I doubt he's never gonna fucking watch this video, but it's like, even still, it's okay, and just the way how you, like, not even the way you tiled it, and it's like, also as well, keep everything in the actual article, you know, whatever you think about that stuff, you know, even though I personally disagree with some of the stuff that's in there, it's like, you could have changed it saying the ups and downs of Bleach. You talk a little bit more about what you liked about the Soul Side, because it just pretty much got, like, overlooked on that part. Talk about some of the start there, and then, you know what, go absolutely hate shit. But it's like, your whole slogan is the internet's most trusted anime's news source, when this is like one of the most biased things to put out. May I remind you, these are the same people that like said Fate Zero had average animation. Yeah, that looks very average and all that. Yeah, like, just World Trigger looks absolutely just like a godsend compared to it, you know, just whoa. But yeah, this is the one. I want to come off a little bit not like, oh my god, screw this bit. Like, I want to come off a little bit more mature in this video. I know that's a hard thing for me to do, trust me, but it's like, honestly, this article honestly disgusted me for like seeing that. It's like I use Anime News Network a lot, and that isn't going to change me using their services, but this definitely shows as well that, one, these guys can't take criticism in any way, which for a reviewer, as much as I do make mistakes, one of the most important things that make me grow as a person is taking criticisms, and them just being biased and not just having one guy's opinion. And they knew this guy hated Bleach, they knew they didn't care for him, but he's gonna like slog through like the entire series, a series that he doesn't like, and then just shit on it. Yeah, that's not very clever. Congratulations, you've just wasted a bunch of your time on that. And it's like, you know that Bleach fans are gonna put on there, and you know you're gonna send a negative impact to people as well that actually want to check out Bleach and all that, and saying like it has no good moments pretty much throughout the entire series. Like, oh yeah, once it goes to, you know, Soul Society, fuck everything in the series. You know, the reason why like Bleach has been continued ongoing, it would have got cancelled after the Aizen War if it was really that bad. And also as well to say like it doesn't get sales when it clearly gets in the top 20 like every year. Yeah, still a very popular ongoing series over here, and that's just facts. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Honestly, like, I'm not saying angered is the word I feel about this. I'm just like very like surprised, and honestly just how immature the response that I got on Twitter for this when I tried to mediate things from it, and like just to see that, yeah, they can't take criticism, they can't take people having different opinions. Like, so the only thing I can really say as my final 2 cents is Jesu Otaku, you need to actually learn how to take people's criticisms. Like, it's okay, I'm not saying your opinion's wrong, but actually you should like maybe listen to people apart from listening to just biased opinions from like you and your people. And to the guy that actually wrote the article, Nick Freeman, you know, I personally, you know, I had some stuff I agreed in the article. A lot of the stuff you were saying is saying like everything was bad pretty much in the Aizen War, and everything in the like the current war is bad, when, you know, there's clearly moments like, if it was all bad, then why is it continuing on? Just saying, bro. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.